Well, I'm sure those of you that follow Grasstrack regularly will very quickly recognise exactly where I'm standing. Yes, I'm just on the sidecar start line, ready and waiting for the start of the 1993 British Masters Championship. This is the first round. We've had the qualifying round, and as you can see the state of this circuit, there's been a lot of work done, a lot of preparation. The conditions are absolutely superb. We can only look forward to what can possibly be one of the best competitions in the world of Grasstrack. This is the one that everybody wants to win. Any rider that's ever ridden Grasstrack would love to have his names in the record book. We have got a tremendous lineup here. The sidecars will be very, very promising. We've got nobody missing in the sidecar class. In the solo class, we have got some of the best from the world of Speedway and easily the best from the world of Grasstrack. This is where it's all going to start. We've got the final round in a month's time. But for today, the nerves are going in the pits this morning because there's a lot of tension here. We wait to see what will happen and who is going to be the 1993 British Masters champions. Well, we've seen the circuit. Now, as always, I'm going to get a chance to try and speak to one or two of the competitors here this morning because they're all deep in preparation. The first one I've come across is Alan and John Blewett. Alan, I've got to ask you first of all that this engine looks very, very quick to me. You must be feeling confident.
Yeah, it's one we put together, Jim, out of two engines. It was actually a sand race engine. It won the British Championships on the sand, and we borrowed bits out of it and put it together. And the mix and match just worked well. It seems usable power rather than awesome.
Well, that's a lovely expression because usable power is exactly what you want. But I know earlier on in the season you did happen to pull out of one meeting because it did start to get a little bit rough. Does that mean that you've built the outfit purposely low?
Well, we thought it was ground clearance, but we found we had a front suspension problem in the shock absorbers. We thought they were newer than what they were, and they were a couple of years old. But Martin Hagen has come up with some new shockers for us, and they're a lot better.
Well, that's a lot of good news. I know you're going to have a lot of support here, and as always we will say that you've travelled an awful long way to get here, but the preparation looks just about right.
Yeah, they've also prepared the track. They've rolled it, they haven't overwatered it. It looks excellent. They've took the squareness off the corners, they've made it longer. I would say to Tom Penfold, thanks very much. I think you've built the track for us.
Well, that's excellent news, and I will have a quick word with John if you can just come over here a minute, mate, because everybody always thinks with sidecar crews that the driver does 90% of the work. But on this sort of circuit, do you think it's one that you're working equally as hard?
Yeah, but you've got to get the tyre right on the day as well. But yeah, the passenger's got to do a lot of work on a circuit like this.
Well, tyres, I know, are important on this circuit, and I think one of the interesting questions is how many different types of tyres have you brought with you today?
We've got a few little secret ones.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to give anything away. Alan, John, the very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Jim.
5. Well, a little bit further around the pits, and I've come across a man that I think there's going to be a lot of people out there cheering for this afternoon. Of course, Roger Measer. Roger, I'm a bit confused. We've got two outfits here.
Well, yes, I've had so many troubles with my own engines and that Gordon Matthews and Ivan Matthews have come up with an engine for us to borrow, which I put it into my chassis, which I loaned to Rob Wilson earlier in the year. If that clarifies anything.
Well, it makes a lot of sense to a lot of people, I'm sure, but does nothing more than confuse me. But you've looked at the circuit. I've been seeing a lot of people wandering around the circuit. We know of the changes that they've made. In your opinion, for the better?
Oh, undoubtedly. They'll be able to accommodate both types of rider out there, the speedway type rider and the pure grass track rider, and I'm sure it's going to make sidecar racing even better.
So you've got to be looking fairly confident to actually take through a good score into the next round.
I'd like to be able to look confidently towards it, but no, I'm not very confident at the moment because, as I say, I've had so many problems earlier on. I'm just looking for a reasonable score to go to the second round with.
Well, I think that's a very sensible approach, but it's going to be, I must admit, interesting to see how people go in practice, because I think the circuit does look very, very quick. And once we've seen practice, you never know, we might come over and have a few words with you again, Roger, because I would love to know whether these changes have actually made any difference.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Well, we've managed to find another crew, and this is one crew that we certainly had to have a word with because, of course, they are the reigning British Masters champions. Ken, a lot of work, and it always is a hard position to try and defend the title, but confidence?
Well, we've been a bit short of meetings this year. I think this is about our 6th meeting, and we had a major blow-up at our last one, so we've got all new equipment in here, and we haven't really tested it, so I don't know, we haven't had too bad results along the way, but what we have been lacking is in Grasstrack. There's some good meetings up to now, and we haven't really been able to try. Nobody's shining, are they? You know, and lack of rides is the problem at the moment.
Well, it's some very fair points in what you've just said. I mean, I have seen you race a little bit this year. It was unfortunate that you did blow up week before last, I believe it was. But obviously there's going to be a lot of people watching you and expecting you to go well today. Have you had a look around the circuit at all?
Oh, it looks absolutely superb, as long as the rain stays away. But yeah, this is one of the things we like coming here racing, and it really looks in first-class condition. I think like Tom and his crew's done a marvellous job. And if the rain stays away, it'll be some real fast. I think it'll be the fastest grass track you're going to be watching this year, I should think.
Well, that's the sort of thoughts that's going through my mind, but I've quickly got to get this very fit passenger in and have a few words, because the rumour is that you've been doing a lot of fitness training. It means you're going to move a lot more than you used to.
Wow. Yeah, I always like to keep fit. I'm lucky because my job building keeps me fit anyway. Yeah, but I've been doing a lot of running, training, bits and bobs.
Well, as I said earlier on, I think this is the hardest position to be in when you're in the pits first thing in the morning, because you are the defending champions. So it's going to be a tough day. But I think that when we come to the first round, there's always been a lot of criticism to say that, you know, is this the right system? Should we have a Grand Prix system? But does this kind of event suit you?
Yeah, I think so. You know, there's one or two in favour of a one-day event, which I'm not. This system has been going there, well, it must be 10 years, I suppose, and it seems to be pretty, you know, it's good for everybody, I think, and it's good for the spectators, isn't it, to have it. The second round really makes for a good event, and
well, I'd certainly agree with that. I like the system personally. As I say, if you can go from here with some good points, then it does set you up for the second round. But Ken, I won't say it too many times, but you know the pressure is on you because you are the defending champion. Wish you the very best of luck.
thank you, Jim.
Cheers, Jim. Well, a little bit further around the pits, and another crew that I know has got a lot of support around a circuit like this. But Russelling, I've got to ask you first of all, the outfit looks tremendous. The season looks, from my point of view, to be going well. The British Masters this year?
Well, all I can say is let's hope so, Jim. Fingers crossed, have a good first round. Hope it don't rain too much. If it holds off, I think the track looks in good form. It could be a little bit different if it rains, but I'm touching wood, let's put it that way.
A lot of touching wood going on with a lot of these outfits, but an interesting subject whenever we come to Tunbridge is tyres. Now, I know that you are somebody that believes in changing tyres to suit conditions. You've come here well kitted up again today, have you?
Yeah, thanks to Bridgestone, they're supporting me again this year. I'm going to try one trials, one knobbly, see which works the best, and hopefully suits the track. It's going to be hard, so probably the Speedway tyre, and let's hope it's right.
Well, thanks, Ross. There's not too many people giving away the secrets, but we'll be watching closely in practice. I've got to bring this man in because, Paul, I hear that you actually had an early night last night.
Yeah, I was in bed, 8:30, all tucked up. But no, I'm looking forward to today. It's one of the meetings that I definitely want to win. I've had 3 seconds, a third, and, you know, this year, I hope it's going to be my year.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there equally be hoping that as well, but you have got a good history of results here at Tunbridge, so this first round couldn't have been better placed for you.
No, it's good. Like, we finished second last year, but this track is hard. If it rains, well, I just don't know what to do. But we'll have a good day, eventually.
Well, let's hope so. Russell, Paul, thanks for spending a few minutes with us, but we do wish you the best of luck. 1, 2. Well, we've changed direction now. We've come over to the solo pits, and obviously I want to try and get hold of as many of these very keen, geared-up riders that I can. And one man that I'm sure there's a lot of crowd are going to be very pleased to see is, of course, Steve Schofield. Steve, prepared?
Yeah, I suppose we are normal, you know, bikes are loaded, but let's hope so.
Well, as I say, there is a lot of people that are really pleased that you've made it here, because there was some suspicion during the week that we might be missing a few riders. Your name was included in that suspicion, but have you had a chance to have a look at the circuit?
Only just as I'm coming in. Yeah, it looks always good. I always make a good, nice track here and everything, and so I'm sure the racing will be good, fast and furious as normally. But no, the Tunbridge Club's a credit to Grasstrack down here, you know, and it's nice to see the Grasstrack coming back to South East, you know, in a sort of big way, really.
Well, I would certainly share those thoughts, because it is nice to see this quality of Grasstrack, and of course I think to a lot of us it's riders like yourself that do make that quality. And I must wonder if you have any thoughts of being British Masters champion this year?
You always have that thought every year, you know, but you got to, if you look at things realistically, you've got to have that little bit of luck on your side. If the luck's with you, you can do it, but if the luck ain't with you, then you can be the best rider in the world, but you've only got to drop a chain or get lost in the dust or something silly like that, and it's 10 points is a lot to make up. But saying that, Greeny done it last year, so, you know, it's all to go for, so I'll be having a go, so that's the main thing.
Well, we know you'll be having a go. Steve, thanks for sparing a couple of minutes with us. We wish you the best of luck, and you never know, maybe talking to you later in the day.
Well, let's hope so.
Well, I've joined another rider that I know has got an awful lot of support in this part of the country. Mark Loram, of course. Mark, I've got to ask you the obvious question. How confident do you feel this morning?
Pretty confident. It's not going to be easy. It's a good lineup. It's an easy track, a good track, and that's going to be hard. I'm going to be up against it, but you know, I'm here to enjoy myself and have a good day today, and you know, I could come out winning it. See how we go.
Well, obviously the main criteria today is to get some good points to take through to the second round, but is this the sort of title that you would like to have in the history books?
Well, that's right. I mean, I won it 2 years ago, obviously, and then Joe won it last year. It's just a shame, really, that Joe couldn't. Well, I don't think he can be here today because of Speedway, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd like to get my name back on the trophy, but it's like I say, every year gets more and more difficult, so we just got to see how it goes.
What was the last time you rode? Because I know a lot of you guys are so committed that you're riding abroad, you're riding the Speedway, you're riding the grass as well. You've got lots of equipment here, and obviously it does look immaculate as always. Have you ridden recently?
I rode in France last week in a grass track, but this is actually my first grass track in England this year, so because obviously I've been pretty busy abroad, and Polish League, Swedish League, and in England as well. And I've done about 5 on the continent this year, grass tracks, but like I say, it's the first one in England, so.
Well, it's an interesting subject, because I mean, I've been across to a few in Germany and 1 or 2 in France, but I mean, do you think that now British grass track is actually catching them up now? We're getting very much similar to them?
Yeah, there are, like I say, a handful of meetings a year. You could honestly say a sort of on par with them. You know, like you got the Aces and the Burn Up at the end of the year. They're always good meetings, and there's a few others that are well worth doing. But you know, it just seems to be good over there. They seem to pay us reasonable money to go there, and it's just the day of it really. It's like a big event, and it's really enjoyable. So. You know, it's really good.
Well, it certainly is, and I must admit, when I talk about big events, obviously I've got to turn my attention back to the reason why we're here today. As I said earlier, you're going to have a lot of support. Mark, we wish you the best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
Well, I've been talking to a lot of riders that we know we're very used to seeing on the grass track. I'm now going to change the scene a little bit because I'm talking to a rider that I know has got a wealth of experience. But Kelvin, we haven't seen you too much on the grass. Are you looking forward to this meeting?
Yes, I am actually. I've done a couple of meetings in England this season. I've really enjoyed them, and I'm very much looking forward to this. It looks a good track, and it's a good field here, so I'm quite excited.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of eyes going to be on you during practice, because a lot of the riders will say that this is one of the premier grass track circuits in the country. I know for a fact you haven't ridden it before, so I know we're going to be watching you in practice to see what happens. But you've certainly been in many, many big meetings before, so we know the ability is there. But I've got to ask you, equipment-wise, have you purposely built equipment for grass track?
Yeah, I've actually spoke with Tig Perry in the winter time, and he supplied some different parts to the bike. I basically had a long track bike and was trying to double up on the grass track, and it just didn't work out. I've done 2 meetings and had a much easier ride, and I've been pretty competitive so far. And I feel that the equipment I've got now should be pretty much on the pace. Today will be a good yardstick, obviously, because they're the best riders here today. But I feel that it's certainly a lot better than I had a couple of seasons ago when I tried to do the Masters.
Well, that's excellent news, Kelvin. As I say, there are going to be a lot of eyes on you, mine included, because we want to see you on the guy. It's great to see you back to the grass track. Kelvin, thanks for spending this time to speak to us. I hope I'm speaking to you later on.
Thanks very much.
Number 41, David Stein. Number 7, Gary Lobb. I knew we'd get some cheers eventually. Number 50, Andy Sell. Number 12, Richard Musson. Number 21, delighted to see Kelvin Tatum. Number 44, Vaclav Verner. Number 4, Peter Lloyd. Number 11, Rob Fortune. Number 6, Robbie Fuller. Number 24, Ricky Sanford. Well, at least he will be in a minute. T-shirts dropping in all directions. Number 16, Dean Garton. Number 5, who could it be? Trevor Banks. Good to see him fit and well. Alongside him, number 34, Sean Tacey. No Ipswich fans in? Number 172, Colin Earl. Well, looking anxiously across. Number 28 there, Paul Bentley. Middlesbrough fans? No. Well. Number 10, Tony Atkin. Number 68, Jonathan Sims. Number 33, Chris Tretton. And Simon Giddings alongside him. Then Trevor Eden. Paul Hurry. And another man who's won the Masters, Mark Loram, right alongside him. And then Jeremy Doncaster. Will James. The Cornish are in good. Clayton Williams. Neville Tatum. Another man who's won the Masters before, Steve Schofield. Colin White. And number 8, the tall figure of Vincent Kinchin. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, our solo entry for the day. Let's hear some cheers for our solo entry then. Right then, let's Ray Palmer marching up for more t-shirts, and the first team he's going to find. Outfit number 7. Oh, short discussion with Alan Whale. John Simcock out there talking earnestly to Tom Penfold. Here we go then, outfit number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. Number 6, Russell-Ing and Paul Yorwitz. Number 3, Alan and John Blewett. Oh, here comes Alan. Number 1, Craig Cheetham and John King. Number 92, Richard Piggott and Martin Bailey. And I'm number 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Cowper-Smith. Then Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. And he has had a haircut, you're absolutely right. And then we've just done Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. Who we got there? That's it, in fact. He of the haircut. No, he didn't do it for a bet, I'm told. Number 51 then, Roger Measer and Shane Lapham. And the crew that knows what it's like to win the Masters. John Hiscock and Dave French. Then Phil Pittman and Gary Lane. Peter Dyer and Tony Bedminster. Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. Some local cheers for the next crew, I'm sure. Neville Penfold and Paul Randall. Then Lennon Ray Foreman. And then Rob Wilson and Jason Glennie. Then Ian and Rick McCauley. John Halsey and Tony Miles. Dave Steer and I'm the Orchard. And on the end, the final crew half of a famous pairing, and sadly Steve not with us because of injury. Gary Wright with Colin Backbourne in the chair. Our good wishes to Steve for a speedy recovery. Hello, more t-shirts required. Well, there are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for the sidecar crews then. There you have it. Our competitors make their way. After the young Czech riders when they rode in the European Grasstrack Championships, and indeed when they came to the UK as team manager for the Jawa concern. Forget, of course, either that Vaclav has been a performer himself. He's had a lot of success both on the shale in this country and was second in the 1984 European Grasstrack final as well. Behind, would you believe, Martin Hagen. So then, one change in the first race of the day. Having said that, we should be short of a few on the line.
Yeah, he's like 5th or 6th. Yeah, he said it's a lot tougher. He's do 35 minutes plus 2 laps. You've got to be fit. He said it's a lot tougher than one shot. How's it go when we went to it? True. It's a long race, but 35 minutes plus 2 laps.
Well, looking across to the far side, we seem to be short of Vince Kinchin and Vaclav Verner. That's Vince Kinchin. They're being called in, so it looks as though we may not have Vaclav for his first outing for the day. Well, he has, in fact, he's on the line now. Good. Here we go now, superstar on the far side, Mark Loram, really going well. Colin White on at it. Better Mark Loram there, the previous winner of the Masters, and in front there, Colin White battling away. We're looking for Steve Schofield. We see him come through in third place. He's really quick on this thing. Goes ahead of the Kinchin. And the list cloud rising to our right, but it's Mark Loram out in front. Back a little way to Kinchin. Sorry, looking across to the far side, and Scurry it is right through for us. The official results of race 1 on your programme. In first place, number 14, Mark Loram, the 1991 British Master, opens his account with a victory here this afternoon. In second place, number 2, Steve Schofield. In third place, number 31, Colin White. In fourth place, number 44, Vaclav Verner. In fifth place, number 12, Richard Muston. In sixth place, number 50, Andy Sells. And in seventh place, number 8, Vince Kinchin. No 8 finisher, the winner's time 1 minute 22.04. 1 minute 22.04. Let's run those numbers through from the top. They read 14, 2, 31, 44, 12, 50, and 8. Race 2, forming up on the line, we're looking for Jeremy Doncaster. We have an injured Paul Fry, so in his place goes number 68, Jonathan Sims. I won't call him a neighbour, but Worcester and Hereford aren't too far away. Robbie Fuller goes, Sean Tacey, Trevor Banks, Gary Lobb, Paul Bentley and Dave Stein. Well, Gary Lobb is into the European Grasstrack final, his first attempt, so looking forward to a good outing for him at Inram up in Holland. 22nd, I think it's of August. Trevor Banks was really flying at Larry Earl, and for a man who was not fully fit, really tremendous rider. Jeremy Doncaster, what can you say about Jeremy? The enigma, he could get out there and really fly today and take it. So then, Jonathan Sims making a start, there's Stein there as well, and Trevor Banks. In second place, the one Jeremy Doncaster in the day. They see, I think it's Trevor Banks takes the wide approach to the bounds. He comes very quickly off the bend. Jeremy Doncaster right there with him. The Reading racer closing up all the time on Trevor Banks. And there goes behind him, number 41, Dave Stein. So Paul Bentley has, the Middlesbrough man has got up into third spot, and Trevor Banks challenges. Jeremy Doncaster is first, and Trevor Banks is really good. Then goes Stein, then Gary Lobb, and then number 6, Robbie Fuller. So looking across to the far side, Trevor Banks hasn't made any impression on the leader this time. Fourth place, very, very close between Dave Stein and Gary Lobb, and then Robbie Fuller, and then that looked like number 68, Jonathan Sims. Number 15, Jeremy Doncaster. In second place, number 5, Trevor Banks. In third place, number 28, Paul Bentley. In fourth place, number 7, Gary Lobb. In fifth place, number 41, Dave Stein. In sixth place, number 6, Robbie Fuller. And in seventh place, number 68, Jonathan Sims, just ahead of number 34, Sean Tacey. And the winner's time, 1 minute, 23.06. 1 minute, 23.06, those numbers named once again right from the top. 15, 5, 28, 7, 41, 6, 68 and 34. Race 3 then, with Clayton Williams, Tony Atkin, Kelvin Tatum, Ian Garton, Ricky Sanford, Colin Earl and Simon Gittings. Well, as I mentioned before, it'll be interesting to see how well Kelvin Tatum is gating, because at Seven Valleys Masters qualified, he was absolutely superb for waiting for start line. Clayton Williams goes. Clayton's having a good year on the continental circuit. Plenty of grip over there. Kelvin Tatum in the middle there, but he hasn't got the advantage at the moment, sitting in third spot. Then Kelvin Tatum, so it's Kelvin Tatum in front, Tony Atkin in second, Clayton Williams in third. Clayton Williams in third. In fourth place in the red half circuit, Ricky Sanford coming in. Simon Gittings tailing the field at the moment. We look across to the far side. Clayton Williams looking to work away at edging on the fence. In the fourth. Then Colin Earl is good in the fifth place with Ricky Sanford. So on the far side, Kelvin Tatum has time to look back, and he sees that it's freezing down the UK. Garton will have to wait for the verdict on that one. Very, very close on the line. No doubt about victory going to number 21, Kelvin Tatum. first place, number 21, Kelvin Tatum. In second place, number 10, Tony Atkin. In third place, number 17, Clayton Williams. In fourth place, number 16, Dean Garton. In fifth place, number 172, Colin Earl. In sixth place, number 24, Ricky Sanford. In seventh place, number 179, Simon Giddings. No eighth finisher, and the winner's time was 1 minute 22.3. 1 minute 22.3. Let's run through them again. 21, 10, 17, 16, 172, 24, and 179. One more race to go with the solos, and in race 4 we have Chris Tripp, number 33, Trevor Banks, number 19, going with Rob Fortune, Paul Hurry, Will James, Peter Lloyd, Peter Reed, and Neville Tatum. Well, an interesting situation with already wins for Mark Loram, for Jeremy Doncaster, and for Kelvin Tatum. Well, our friends from Grasstrack are here with rugby shirts, t-shirts, hats, umbrellas, pens, etc., photographs, fixture diaries, guesses the weight of the cake, free guess how many sweets in the jar for the kids. And they also want aluminium cans for recycling. Here we go then, race 4 gets underway. Peter Reed making a good start in the second spot, but Peter Reed in fourth, and in fifth place is Rob Fortune. Behind him, number 11, Rob Fortune, and then Peter Lloyd. So Neville Tatum then closing right up on the leader. But Paul Hurry still with the advantage at the moment. Neville Tatum it is that goes through. Neville Tatum in front. Paul Hurry in second place. And across on the far side then, Neville Tatum's getting away now. Paul Hurry has the second spot. Of the first leg of the solo competition, and here in first place we have number 150, Neville Tatum. In second place, number 86, Paul Hurry. In third place, number 11, Rob Fortune. In fourth place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. In fifth place, number 46, Will James. In sixth place, number 9, Peter Reed. In seventh place, number 33, Chris Tripp. And in eighth place, number 19, Trevor Banks. And the winner's time was 1 minute 23.03. 1 minute 23.03. Those numbers again: 150, 86, 11, 4, 46, 9, 33, and 19. And just quickly to look at the situation, we've got, of course, maximums for Mark Loram, for Jeremy Doncaster, for Kelvin Tatum, and for Neville Tatum. And across to Jim to take us through the sidecar leg of the British Masters 1993.
Well, thanks Tony. An interesting start to the solo competition. You say one or two spoilers in there. I didn't expect to see get wins first time out, but that's going to be interesting to watch as the day goes on. Obviously a long way to go in this competition, and as we look at the lineup for the first of the sidecar races, a chance to see in action Russell England, Paul Urich, Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. Richard Piggott, of course, for the first time this season, and passenger Martin Bailey. Rob Wilson, number 24, a rider that has been known to go exceptionally well on this circuit with passenger Vince Jones. John Halsey and Tony Miles, they were third to qualify at the qualifier this year, pleased to be in the lineup. And of course, Steve Smith, who just qualified from that qualifier, has been doing a lot of machinery work. We'll watch to see how he goes as we get underway with the start of the sidecar competition. Rustling it is that shows first of all as they go past me for the first time, but Steve Smith is right up there as well. That looks like Richard Piggott has come. Gone wide all the way around the outside to try and get round Steve Smith as well as Rob Wilson. But Rustling and Collier, as they come past me for the second time, setting the pace, and what a furious pace it is they're setting. A quarter of a mile ago. Spinning the back wheel now as he comes round that bottom bend, but he's still managing to get traction as he comes up past us. Steve Smith already closing the gap. Oh, this could be interesting. Steve Smith closes once again. What's this around coming off this bend? This pretty has gone on the inside. Oh, Rustling must have wondered where he come from as they go into the last lap. It's Steve Smith and Keith Ford have won their first line. Rustling and Collier get second. Garton and Kelvin Williams get third. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interesting people around the circuit now. Steve Smith and Keith Ford. They were 6th to qualify from the qualifying round. They of course won it 2 years ago. They start with a win this afternoon. Competition a win for outfit number 12, and that is of course Steve Smith and Keith Ford. In second place, outfit number 6, Rustling and Collier. In third place, outfit number 23, Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. Fourth place, outfit number 24, that's Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Fifth place, number 92, of course, Richard Piggott and passenger Martin Bailey. Sixth place goes to number 13, John Halsey and Tony Miles. The winning time, 1:40.19. They are, of course, 12, 6, 23, 24, 92 and 13, 1:40.19. Second grid is Neville Penfold and Paul Randall. Number 51, I'm sure a lot of you recognise that number straight away, is Roger Visa and passenger Shane Lappel. Number 58 is Pete Dyer, of course, the winner of the qualifying event, and he deserves to be here, Pete Dyer and Tony Bamister. Joining on the line, the very quick Alan and John Blewett, and number 5 is Gary Wright and Colin Blackburn. So we watch to see the start of the second of the sidecars. Race 6 in your programme, we're already underway. All sorts of problems for Neville Penfold on the line, but it's Alan and John Blewett that have got away. Roger Visa has gone with them, Ivan Matthews still on the outside. Trying to get to the front as they go into that pit bend for the first time. Ivan Matthews sees him come through, tries to tuck in underneath on the exit of the bend. A great scrap this one between these two outfits. Roger Visa then in the front. Ivan Matthews. To get away from him. As you watch the scene across that bottom bend, again Ivan Matthews trying for that inside line. Roger Visa keeps the power on. He's got a brilliant racing line into this top corner. If he leaves one gap too big, Ivan Matthews is going to be through. And again he tries to get through. He's trying to get that edge going into this top bend. Roger Visa shuts the door again, tries to run the power on quickly. On this bottom bend, Ivan Matthews still coming through on the inside. There's the checker flag and Roger Visa takes it. Great scrap for second. Ending up in second place, Ivan Matthews. And Peter Jones in third spot, Alan and John Lewis. Roger Visa and Shane Lapham in 51 that goes in first place. In second place, number 15 is Ida Matthews and Peter Jones. Third place to outfit number 3, Alan and John Lloyd. Fourth place, number 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bannister. In fifth place, number 2, Neville Tatum and Paul Randall. And in finishing in sixth place, outfit number 5, Gary Wright and Colin Blackburn. The winning time, 1:39.66. 1:39.66. You should have 4 race 6, 51, 15, 3, 58, 2 and 5. So, Roger Meester starts his campaign for the 1993 British Masters with a win first time out. So we get underway with the third race for the sidecars, race 7 in your programme, and Ken Lane looks to have made a brilliant start. Ken Lane and Mark Loram will certainly going to the pit men for the first time. Will it be a dream start to this competition for Ken Lane and Mark Edwards? Lenna Ray Foreman still there in second. Phil Pittman up there in third spot. Here at the British Masters first round. And certainly showing themselves to be well worth that position. But all eyes, I'm sure, are on Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. This would be the sort of start that they want. Where they want to be as they go round that pit bend. They've got away from the rest of the field. It's just a matter of keeping that racing line, holding it right. Mark Edwards looking over his shoulder to see what's going on behind him. Oh, great. For the last time in race 7, the checkered flag goes for Dream Start for Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. They've got a win. Lenna Ray Foreman gets second, and I think Craig Junior was doing well. You can see it looks as if he picked up a back wheel puncture. Right, it did look as if he was challenging for second at one time. I'm sure that does look as if he received the puncture. Getting a win, it's number 7 that goes in first spot. In second place, number 149, that's Lenna Ray Foreman. In third place, number 90, and that of course is Phil Pittman and Gary Lane. Fourth place goes to number 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Cowper-Smith. And in fifth place, number 1, Craig Cheetham, John King. Sixth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Dave French. The winning time, 1:41.48. So, 3 outfits with a win to start their campaign for 1993 are Steve Smith, Roger Meester and Ken Lane. But very close to them, rustling, Ida Matthews and Lenna Ray Foreman. That's how it started for the sidecars. We now, of course, turn our attention back to the solo competition. And I'll quickly hand you back to Tony.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, that's falling up nicely, isn't it, with some super wins there. Very dominant performances, but surely the interesting situation, the performance of Steve Smith on that Steve Jewison motor's golden-edged machine that went very, very well there, and clearly this was the Steve Smith of all, back in the winning frame, and really, when it comes to determined driving, there's no more determined driver than Steve Smith. So then we turn to leg 2 for the British Masters solo competition. We have from all across on the line. There should be Peter Lloyd, Vince Kinchin, Trevor Banks, Richard Musson, Tony Atkin, Colin White, and Dean Garton. And we've had a little bit of a false start, I think. Before Vaclav Verner, and number 4, Peter Lloyd. Right, we try again. Looks like we've got a clean start this time. Dean Garton seemed to get caught a little bit on the hop, didn't really get away. Colin White backing out with him. Dean Garton now up into third place. So then, Peter Lloyd challenged hard as they go round the bottom bend, and it's Colin White out in front. Peter Lloyd can throw an awful lot of good grip off that bend. Closes on it up. outside. So it's Colin White then with the advantage. There, Trevor is getting up into fourth place, or battling away for fourth place as we look across to the far side. The leader. In fourth place, number 19, Trevor East comes through. First place, number 31, Colin White. In second place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. In third place, number 16, Dean Garton. In fourth place, number 19, Trevor Eden. In fifth place, number 12, Richard Musson. In sixth place, number 8, Vince Kinchin. In seventh place, number 10, Tony Atkin. And the winner's time of 1 minute 22.17. 1 minute 22.17. Those numbers should read 31. 4, 16, 19, 12, 8, and 10. 68, Jonathan Sims coming in place of the injured for the 55 Paul Fry. Well then, who's going to get the best of the starts? Across to the far side, in the middle there, Kelvin Tatum trying to go, but Kelvin momentarily needs to be scoped with the advantage. Second place, unfortunate third, 17 in fourth. So then, Kelvin Tatum, watching the dust coming up from Steve Schofield out in front. Unfortunately, looking for Jeremy Doncaster. Jeremy Doncaster comes through now, heading 18. Well, can Jeremy Doncaster do anything about that third place? Out in front, still Steve Schofield. So Jeremy still in fourth place, he's looking for that third, but Rob Fortune's held him off so far. 1 more set to go. Sorry, in fifth place, number 44, Vaclav Verner, and in behind him, number 41. Number 2, Steve Schofield. In second place, number 21, Kelvin Tatum. In third place, number 15, Jeremy Doncaster. In fourth place, number 11, Rob Fortune. In fifth place, number 44, Vaclav Verner. In sixth place, number 41, Dave Stein. In seventh place, number 6, Robbie Fuller. And in eighth place, number 68, Jonathan Sims. And the winner's time was 1 minute 20.77. 1 minute 20.77. Let's run through those numbers again. From the top, they read 2, 21, 15, 11, 44, 41, 6, and 68. And that is a very quick time. I'm just anxiously looking over the pages. I think that is the fastest time of the afternoon for number 2, Steve Schofield, winning race 9. Race 10 coming up. Forming up on the line at the moment, we have Will James, Mark Loram, Gary Lobb, Clayton Williams, Peter Reid, Neville Tatum, Andy Sell, and Chris Tripp, number 33 in place number 10. So Steve Schofield adds 10 points to the 8 he scored in his first outing. Here we go then, race 10 gets underway. Mark Loram making a good start and going for the lead as he goes around. Williams in second. Neville Tatum in third, but out in front it's the 1991 Masters winner, Mark Loram. And look at Neville Tatum close right up on Clayton Williams. Clayton Williams, Neville Tatum, Gary Lobb, clear lead. And it looks now as though Clayton Williams has managed to get away from the intentions of Neville Tatum and in a fairly secure second spot. Clayton Williams still in second place, Neville Tatum in third. Well, obviously we'll have a problem in that first round. Big roll there. And behind him, number 33, Grasstrack. Will James down on the far side when he was looking to complete the three-quarter lap distance. And Bissell crosses the line. Will James picked up on the far side, so he's not going to be a finisher. Well, here's an interesting situation. The winner of race 10, number 14, Mark Loram. The fastest time of the day so far. That track is getting quicker and quicker. I'll give you that time in a moment or two when we run through the rest of the places. In second place, number 17, Clayton Williams. In third place, number 150, Neville Tatum. In fourth place, number 7, Gary Lobb. In fifth place, number 9, Peter Reid. In sixth place, number 33, Chris Tripp. No 7th or 8th finishers. Will James appears to have lost a chain on the far side there. And the winner's time of 1 minute 20.57. 1 minute 20.57. Those Ricky Sanford, Simon Giddings, Paul Hurry and Sean Tacey. So away they go on the far side. Like Colin Earl making a good start. Behind him in fourth place. Come on, it's Trevor Banks. Trevor in tremendous form at the moment. Well, in this sort of form. Colin Earl, bumping away. Andy Sell tucked in behind them in fifth place. And that leading group of four riders starting to spread out just a little bit now. And coming through number 34, Sean Tacey. So the Ipswich Speedway man. Well up in the contention in this one, but it's Trevor Banks way out in front. Tacey, then Simon Giddings, and then number 24, Ricky Sanford. Paul Bentley. In third place, number 86, Paul Hurry. In fourth place, number 172, Colin Earl. In fifth place, number 34, Sean Tacey. In sixth place, number 179, Simon Giddings. And in seventh place, the only other finisher, number 24, Ricky Sanford. And the winner's time was 1 minute 21.52. 1 minute 21.52. The numbers.
Of course, we concentrate on race 12. Phil Prisman had a third first time out. Richard Piggott, disappointing first time out. and Craig Cheatham, an up puncher. Neville Penfold had problems on the line, so a chance for these outfits to actually make up amends and get a good result the second time out. So we look across the line, we've got Alan and John Blewett on this outside grid, or grid number 1 as it's termed in your programme. John Halsey's next to them, Phil Pittman on grid 3, Craig Cheatham's on 4, and Neville Penfold on 5, Richard Piggott right on the inside. Well, I've just been given a message if Mick Wheaton and Les Card, if you're about somewhere, Mick Wheaton and Les Card, we just had a couple of young lads come up and say they've lost you. They're going to stay around by the beer tent, so if you can make your way over here. Mick Wheaton and Les Card, there's a couple of anxious young lads that want to make contact with you again. I can't quite see what the problem is on the line. It looks as if we haven't got Craig Cheatham, so whether that was a bit more disastrous than a back wheel puncher, I don't know, but obviously frantic moments in the pits at the moment.
They're doing it in style, They're doing it in style.
They do appear. In fact, that looks like Ian McCauley has appeared from the pits, so unfortunately Craig Cheatham not able to get to the line. That does look to me like Ian and Rick McCauley. Well, outfit number 50 it is indeed that's joined them on the line in grid 4, so obviously I thought it had just been a back wheel puncher. That's obviously turned out to be a bit more serious for Craig Cheatham. At the moment I can see that Neville Penfold's got problems. He's installed the engine or... Oh, we now got all 6 outfits in line and we get underway with the first of the second outing for the sidecars. It's Neville Penfold has made a much better start this time. Alan and John Blewett are up there as well, and it's Alan and John Blewett to go in that bit first. That bottom corner that we'll now be watching anxiously to see if Alan and John Blewett can keep with them. Oh, the Neville goes very wide. He's allowing both John Halsey and Alan Blewett to try and find a way through. They close right up again in that top bit. But let's look to the front because Neville Penfold did not have a good ride first time out. He in fact only picked up a 5th place last time out. They come up that bottom bend, you can see that there's a good scrap going on for third. Alan and John Blewett losing ground a little bit on Neville Penfold. As we look to go for second place, but Neville Penfold and Paul Randall don't get. Alan and John Blewett are there in second. Richard Piggott picks up third. The first of the second leg of the sidecars, the win for outfit number 2, Neville Penfold and Paul Randall. In second place, outfit number 3, Alan and John Blewett. Third place, outfit number 92, Richard Piggott and Martin Bailey. Fourth place, number 13, John Halsey and Tony Miles. Fifth place goes to number 90, Phil Pittman and Gary Lane. And sixth place, number 50, our reserve crew, Rick and Ian McCauley, or Ian and Rick I should say. A winning time of 141.49, 2-3, 92, 13, 90 and 50, 141.49. So now we turn our attention to Race 13, the second heat of the second leg of the sidecars. What a fascinating race this promises to be. We've had only 3 winners from that first leg. All 3 of them now go together in the second leg. On grid 1, that's right on the outside by the boards, Roger Misa and Shane Lapham. Next to them, Gary Wright and Colin Blackburn. In grid 3, getting towards the middle of that start line, Steve Smith and Keith Ward. Next to them on grid 4, Jerry Adams and passenger Adam Cowper-Smith. In grid 5, picking up a 3rd place first time out, Gary Jackson and Kelvin Williams. And then, interestingly, on grid 6, that's right on the inside, you can see those very distinctive yellow letters from here already. That is our reigning British Masters champion, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. There's always a lot of discussions in sidecar racing about making the gate. I'm sure there'll be learning a few lessons from that first out. We watch to see what happens. It's a very clean break indeed. The outside and the inside have gone well. It's Roger Mason has got there first. Steve Smith has gone after him, and Ken Lane has tucked in there in 3rd place. Off the start, but he worked his way through and ended up with a win. Roger Meester went very, very well from start to finish, but this time he's gone a little bit wide, and Steve Smith lifts to join underneath him. He's right on the back wheel. He really did catch up yards going down that back straight. Roger Meester and Shane Lapham must know that he's there. They know that they've got their work cut out. They know they can't afford to drift at all. That's the risk with sidecar racing. You put the power on too soon, all the back wheel does is spin. You've got to get that drive absolutely right. Roger Mason knows that. He knows he can't afford to make a mistake. Oh, I think Ken Lane must do very much. He's tempted by going wide. He drives underneath and we look for the checker bag this time to lead them round. Well, he's driven wide again. Roger Mason just on the line from Steve Smith. A brilliant race in these 2 crews. Nothing less than we would be expected.
No. He's bloody frightened off. No. Don't you get near Roger again? Or Moggy.
Well, it was a very, very hard race indeed, and you can see reflected in the time. A win for outfit number 51, Roger Misa and Shane Lapham, the only crew with 2 wins under their belt. In 2nd place, number 12, Steve Smith and Keith Wall, but they certainly pushed them all the way. 3rd place, number 7 is Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. 4th place, number 23, Gary Jackson, Kelvin Williams. 5th place, number 55, Jerry Adams, Adam Cowper-Smith. And 6th place, number 5, Gary Wright and Colin Blackburn. I said he was pushed all the way. The winning time was 1:38.94. One to know that there is only 1 rider on maximums at the moment. As we watch them get away cleanly once again, Lennon Ray Foreman looked very, very quick from this outside. But it's Ivor Matthews has made the best of it going into that first bend. Russell Lane tucks in behind him as they go into that bend. Go into the pit bend for the first time. Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones look comfortable at the moment, but they'll be aware that they've got Russell coming in behind them. Lennon Ray Foreman right up there in 3rd place. They're certainly not out of finish. Just a quicker is Russell in 2nd place, so should be closing that gap as the race develops. Of course, the temptation is to drive that a little bit harder into the bend, and that just loses you driving. We'd love to see them go into their last lap. Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones are well and truly in control. Rustling and Paul Lewis in the same position as they were first time out, sitting there in second place. And we watch to see them come to the line. It's a win for Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. Rustling and Paul Lewis take their second place of the afternoon. Leonard Ray Foreman in third, Rob Wilson in fourth. Race 14, a win for number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. In second place, outfit number 6, Rustling and Paul Urich. In third place, number 149, Leonard Ray Foreman. Fourth place is 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. In fifth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Dave French. Sixth place then, number 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bannister. The winning time, 139.64. You should have there in your official result 15, 6, 149, 24, 184 and 58, 139.64. Well, I'm sure all of you have realised that we have only one crew on maximum points with 2 wins from 2 rides. That of course is Roger Meester and Shane Lapham, but equal on 12 points. We've got 2 outfits. That's outfit number 12, Steve Smith and Keith Ward, equally with Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. That's how tight it is at the top of the sidecars after 2 legs. I'll hand you back now to the start of the third leg, and Tony.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, if we look back at the situation with the solos, we have Mark Loram unbeaten on 20 points. We have Trevor Banks, Steve Schofield, Kelvin Tatum on 18 points. We have Colin White, Jeremy Doncaster, Neville Tatum on 16 points. We have Paul Hurry, Clayton Williams, Paul Bentley on 14 points. And Peter Lloyd on 13 points. Things pretty close there. Just a little behind on 11 points, we've got Rob Fortune and Dean Garton. And on 10 points, we've got Tony Atkin and Gary Lobb. On the far side, we can see them lining up for race 15. First race, the third leg of the British Masters Solo Round 1. Trevor Eaton, Colin Earl, Neville Tatum, Paul Hurry, Colin White, Robbie Fuller and Will James. Coming into line. James will be keen to make up for his disappointment in that last out. Move across to the far side there. Will James third, Robbie Fuller is fourth. So it's Neville Tatum then, seeking another victory here this afternoon, and it's Neville Tatum who's gone away from the opposition. Now of course the Paul Hurry who's in second spot, and it's Paul Hurry then, in second, chasing Neville Tatum out in front of him. Trevor Reed. Neville Tatum. In second place, number 86, Paul Hurry. In third place, number 31, Colin White. In fourth place, number 6, Robbie Fuller. In fifth place, number 46, Will James. In sixth place, number 19, Trevor Reed. No 7th or 8th finishes, and the winner's time was 1 minute 21.59. 1 minute 21.59. The numbers then read 150, 86, 31, 6, 46, and 19. Already we have race 16 coming to the line on the far side of the field from us. And we're looking to see Peter Reid, Andy Sell, Sean Tacey, Ricky Sanford, Rob Fortune, Simon Gittings, and Trevor Banks. And remember that Trevor is sitting on 18 points at the moment. Well, it's going to be another win for Trevor Banks. One last on that, remember, Gates in third place, he'll drop to the far side, coming right up to the next time I'm getting to there behind him, Rich Stanford. So, Trevor Banks then, from Rock Fortune, to the far side. Stanford still in that fourth place, but being pressed quite hard. The two guys in the yard coming way out in front. Trevor Banks still on. And Sean Tacey just behind him. And Andy Sell completes race distance, looking down at the back of his machine. Simon Gittings completes race distance. Race 16 results. In first place, number 5, Trevor Banks. In second place, number 11, Rob Fortune. In third place, number 9, Peter Reid. In fourth place, number 24, Ricky Sanford. In fifth place, number 34, Sean Tacey. And in sixth place, number 50, Andy Sell. Seventh place, the only other finisher, number 179, Simon Gittings. The winner's time was 1 minute 21.65. 1 minute 21.65. The numbers then read 5, 11, 9, 24, 34, 50, and 179. Race 17 already assembling on the line now. In this race we have number 33 Chris Tripp coming in, number 68 Jonathan Sims, and they join number 28 Paul Bentley, number 12 Richard Must, number 4 Peter Lloyd, number 41 Stein, number 14 Mark Loram, and number 2 Schofield. Well, Loram unbeaten so far goes against Schofield. They're side by side on the far side. Mark Loram makes the best start, gets a bit of a wheelie, but hangs on to it. It's Mark Loram who goes. Schofield in third place. So then, Mark Loram, Steve Schofield, and Richard Masson left on the line. 12. He's going to go through on the inside of Steve Schofield. He doesn't quite make it, but Paul Bentley is keeping the pressure on Steve Schofield, and the full man really begins to feel it now. Number 33, Grasstrack. On the far side, it's Mark Loram setting at his stall, going for... and then Jonathan Sims. Ladies and gentlemen, the results of race 17. In first place, number 14, Mark Loram, in a time of 1 minute 19.27, clearly the fastest time of the afternoon. A tremendous pace there set by Mark Loram, number 14. In second place, number 2, Steve Schofield. In third place, number 28, Paul Bentley. In fourth place, number 41, David Stein. In fifth place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. In sixth place, number 33, Chris Tripp. In seventh place, number 68, Jonathan Sims. And that time again, 1 minute 19.27. 1 minute 19.27. Those numbers from the top, they read 14, 2, 28, 41, 4, 33, and 68. What a time. Race 18 with Gary Lobb, Dean Garton, two Cornishmen going together, Jeremy Doncaster, Vaclav Verner, Kinchin, Kelvin Tatum, Clayton Williams, and Atkin. And somebody had a little bit of a moment on the line there, they've got it all together, but they've got still one second there. Colin Tatum has come through ahead of Clayton Williams, pushes Clayton back into second place. So Colin Tatum now out in front, seeking another victory here. Clayton Williams comes to get up. The pressure on. Doncaster going to be able to do anything about that second spot. Challenges for it, doesn't get there, is still Clayton Williams in second. Jeremy Doncaster in third. Colin White out in front. Jeremy Doncaster eases his way through. Doncaster now in second spot. Clayton Williams relegated to third. Way out in front. Kelvin Tatum. Kelvin Tatum. Fourth place, just. I made it number 44. The results then of race 18. In first place, number 21, Kelvin Tatum. In second place, number 15, Jeremy Doncaster. In third place, number 17, Clayton Williams. In fourth place, number 44, Vaclav Verner. In fifth place, number 10, Tony Atkin. In sixth place, number 16, Dean Garton. In seventh place, number 7, Gary Lobb. And in eighth place, number 8, Kinchin. And the winner's time of 1 minute 21.06. 1 minute 21.06. Those numbers again, they run 21, 15, 17, 44, 10, 16, 7 and 8. And looking very quickly at the situation, we have Mark Loram on 30 points. We have Trevor Banks and Kelvin Tatum on 28 points. We have Neville Tatum and Steve Schofield on 26 points. We have Jeremy Doncaster on 24 points. We have Colin White and Paul Hurry on 22 points. And we have Paul Bentley and Clayton Williams on 20 points. That's the situation. Now we go across to the sidecar competition.
Well, thanks Tony, and interesting to see Mark Loram going so well. I had a very interesting chat with him this morning. He said he felt as if it could be his year, but he wasn't making too many commitments. He had the machinery right, so interesting to see that that's all coming together for him. We turn our attention to the sidecar competition. Roger Meester, of course, the only outfit on maximum points, but it's very, very close after 2 rides. We've got outfit number 12, who is, of course, Steve Smith and Keith Wall, equal with Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. They've just slipped 1 position, a win and a 2nd place each, sitting on 12 points. We then go 11, 10, 9, and it's very, very close. Well, that certainly looks to me to be a full start. Well, the riders very sensibly putting their hands in the air to show other riders that they're slowing down. Field, Steve Schofield, Kelvin Tatum, Trevor Banks, Paul Hurry, Richard Musson, Ben Howell, David Stein, Mark Seabright, Steve Wilson, to mention but a few. In the sidecars, it's almost a repeat of what's happening today. We've got Ken Lane, Roger Meester, Russell Ing, Ivor Matthews, Rob Wilson, Neville Penfold. The lot are there. We get underway though with the British Masters 3rd leg for the sidecars. Race 19, and it does look as if Rob Wilson has disastrously scored on the line. Leonard Ray Foreman, very, very disappointingly left on the line. As we look to the front of race 19, it is Russell Ing and Paul Hurry that have got away. As we see them come round that bottom bend for the 2nd time. In 2nd spot, it is indeed Jerry Adams, but driving hard in 3rd. Outfit number 5, Gary Wright, a much better performance this together. Colin Blackmore, a very experienced passenger, stepping in, that he could compete this afternoon. As we go into the last lap of race 19. But Russell Ing is holding a very, very good racing line. He takes the checkered flag. Jerry Adams gets 2nd, and Gary Wright and Colin Blackmore finishing 3rd. That's Russell Ing and Paul Urich. In 2nd place, number 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Cowper-Smith. In 3rd place, outfit number 5, Gary Wright and Colin Blackburn. In 4th place, number 90, Phil Pittman and Gary Lane. 5th place, 149, Leonard Ray Foreman. The winning time, 141.54, 6:55, 5:90 and 149, 141.54 the time. So Russell Ing's crew get exactly the result they wanted from their 3rd ride. We turn our attention to race 20, a lineup including Pete Dyer, Alan and John Blewett, Gary Jackson, Ken Lane, John Halsey and Neville Penfold. So look at the point situation, because Ken Lane, outfit number 7, he sits on 11 points at the moment. Neville Penfold on 9 points from 2 rides. Alan and John Blewett equally on 9 points. So this one promises to be a good scrap, because Gary Jackson is by no means having a bad afternoon. He's on 7 points. We do know that he can turn it on when he wants to. I still can't make up my mind whether it's been advantageous to go from this outside of this start line or the inside. There's been a real mix. Of course, the old theory with offline starting like this is that the guy on the inside has a shorter distance to travel on naked soil, so he's got to get to the racing line a lot quicker, whereas the guy nearest the board has got a longer distance to go on the green grass before he gets into the racing circuit. Many a discussion I had around that subject, but I don't think there's been any advantage at all this afternoon. As we get underway with race 20, we're wishing to see who is going the best of the game. Neville Tatum is on the inside, John Halsey and Colin Lane, all three of them are off together as they go. John Halsey looks to go through on the inside and holds that front line. Ken Lane looking to come through on the inside. Gary Jackson has built up into the action as well. Neville Penfold dropping back through the field. As he now comes through into third, fourth place indeed it is at the moment as we watch him come round off that pit bend. John Halsey leads from Ken Lane. Gary Jackson is up in third. A tremendous ride from John Halsey and Tony Miles, though. They're leading our 1992 British Masters champions as they go into the last lap. Gary Jackson getting closer to the side of Ken Lane. John Halsey and Tony Miles get a fabulous win here in race 20. Ken Lane is going to be pushed all the way to the line, but he just hangs on to it. Well, I think if there's been another lap, it might have been a different story, but Ken Lane, he holds on to that second place. Outfit number 13, his first this afternoon, John Halsey and passenger Tony Miles. In second place, number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. Third place, outfit number 23, Gary Jackson and Kelvin Williams. Fourth place, number 2, Neville Penfold and Paul Randall. Fifth place, outfit number 3, Alan and John Blewing. And sixth place, number 58, Pete Dyer and passenger Tony Bannister. The winning time, 140.41, 140.41 in 13, 7, 23, 2, 3 and 58.